Well, hello, my dear friends. Today we're going to talk about how to find wealthy buyers for your art. And by the end of this video, you are going to have a little more of a roadmap to reach buyers that will spend 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, even 30, $40,000 on your art. Now, what I'm going to share with you is a 5-step process. Before I get going, I'm going to ask you to hit the subscribe button because the more subscribers I have, the more people I can reach with these videos. And it really just lets me know that people care about what I'm sharing. So I decided to do this video because I have a couple artists in my mastermind group that are asking me, Maria, how do I take my paintings from being $4,000 to $10,000 to $15,000? And so I really started breaking this down. And I started thinking back to a good 10, 12 years ago. Most of my husband Drew Brophy's art commissions were under $1,000. And now we get anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 a commission. And so I had to really think about what does it take to find the people that have the kind of money to spend that? How do you get to them and how do you get them to want to spend that money? So I got all that for you here right now. Okay. So I'm going to start with, I got my little notes here because, I like to kind of plan a little bit of what I'm going to talk. And I wanted to keep this simple. So, number one, you have to understand wealthy people. And for the context of this video and the price points we're looking at, which is, 10, 20 grand, right? We're not talking super wealthy people. Super wealthy people are like the elites that run the world. I'm not talking about how to get to them because, trust me, you don't want to get in our circle. I'm talking about the people who can easily spend $10,000 to $20,000 on something they're going to love and cherish for many years to come. Okay. So you first, first understanding those people. And the few things that people have in common. Number one, they have discerning taste and they're confident in what they want. Number two, they are looking to invest in art, but it's not why you think. Because they are not going to buy your art as an investment. If you're listening to this video trying to figure out how to get in that price point, your art is not going to be bought for a monetary investment. It's going to be bought for an emotional investment. And what do I mean by that? When they hang it on the wall, they they know that art is going to bring them joy or remind them of something that they love every time they look at it. That's an emotional investment. Or if they give it as a gift to their husband or wife, their loved one, that is also another form of an emotional investment. So that's number one, just understanding why they're going to buy it. Now, number two, you have to go where they go. You cannot sell art to wealthy people if you are not in the same vicinity of these people. So if you're spending all your time in the poor part of town and all the people you hang out with are at the local dive bar, and other than that, you don't go anywhere, you're not going to find those people. You have to get off your couch or out of the dive bar and you have to go where the wealthy people spend their time. So where do they spend their time? They spend their time on the golf course. They spend their time on the boat docks. They spend their time at business networking events. Yeah, because a lot of them are business owners. They spend their time at cryptocurrency conferences, tech conferences, and events and meetups. So I want you to really think like, okay, where are the successful people spending their time? They are not spending their time at home on the couch in front of the TV, and they're also not spending much time on social media, just so you know. They didn't get wealthy by sitting around doing nothing, wasting time all day. They are out there networking and they're out there doing things. So you have to go where they go. They also take luxury vacations. So I'll tell you, one of the best clients we ever got came for when Drew went on a luxury yacht cruise. This was 2017. Yes, 2017. And he went on this cruise because there was a speaker on the cruise where they were talking about physics and black holes and all these things that Drew's really into. And it was a lot of money for us at the time. But I remember when he went, we talked about, well, you're going to be with all these wealthy people. You might as well do a little networking while you're there. Well, it turns out that one guy he spent a lot of time with, they kept in touch. This guy ended up commissioning a huge, expensive painting a year later. So this is how it works. And since then, that guy has bought more art from us. So once the relationship is developed, they keep buying from you. So think about how you can rub elbows with these wealthy people. Go where they go. Number 3, connect with them. Now, how you connect with someone? You ask questions. You find something in common. Now, as a woman, this is real easy for me. If there's a husband-wife, I will connect with the wife. And women, all we have to do is, now if she's my age, all we have to do is talk about working out at the gym, building up our muscles and bones after menopause. Boom, we are connected, right? That's just one example. Or when I was younger and I had kids at home and the client was a woman or a husband-wife team, I would connect about children. Now, so you find something that you connect with, whether it's sports, let's say you share a love of football or horse racing or motorcycles or rock climbing. You look for something that you share in common and you listen. You don't talk too much. You ask and listen more than you talk. Because when you listen, you find more ways to connect. And people love it when you listen. People love to feel important. Even wealthy people, they need validation. So ask questions, listen, and make friends. And then stay in touch. Number 4, this is important. You have to have art that is worthy of charging $10, $15, $20,000 for it. This means you use very good materials. You can't sell a $10,000 painting using the cheapest paints, the cheapest materials. I mean, I guess you could, but you shouldn't. It should be quality materials and quality work. If you just started painting this year and you still don't know how to paint and your painting isn't that great, give yourself time to get good at what you do. Now, some of you are really good at what you do and you still haven't hit those high numbers. That's because you haven't done step number 5. And step number 5 is mindset. When you don't feel comfortable about the value of your art, the value of yourself, or comfortable talking about money, you're going to blow it no matter how great your art is and no matter how interested the person is in buying your art. You're going to blow it. And you want to know why? You're going to blow it because when they ask you, oh, hey, what would it take to have you, what if I commission a painting? I love your art. How much would it cost? Tell me the process. And then all of a sudden it comes down to money and you get all nervous and your voice shakes and you get all weird about it. They're reading your body language. And now they're worrying bells are going off in their mind like, why is this person acting like this? Maybe their art isn't worth that much. Maybe I don't want it. that's what happens. So you really have to clean up your own energy around your art, your value, and your ability is the bid, your ability to receive money in exchange for your beautiful work. We talk about this in my mastermind all the time. Some of the artists that I work directly with one-on-one, even though we go through a lot of sales strategy, we go through, the contracts, we go through the scripts of exactly what to say, what to write, what to write in a text. We go through all that, but none of that matters if they don't clean up their energy around it. And one of the things that just an artist in my mastermind said to me the other day, she said, all this strategy is great. A lot of this is new to me. She said, but the place where I've made the biggest shift is in my mind and seeing the truth that my art is worth something to other people and feeling good about receiving money. So I want to ask you right now to hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. Which of these 5 tips that I just gave you do you tremble with and do you get the most triggered by? What's triggering you? Because that trigger is a clue as to what you need to work on. And hey, if you want information on my mastermind, let me tell you, I have a special just until the end of this month. The clock's running out, a free 7-day trial. And I don't do I've never done any trial. I don't really believe in trials, but I'm doing it just for this month. So jump in on it because it's the only chance you're ever going to get a free 7-day trial of my mastermind. And I'm not doing it again. And leave me a comment. I loved you. I hope this helped you. And I am going to expand upon these things in future videos. Let me know what you want me to expand upon. Have a great day. Love ya. And I mean it. Ciao.